Let's get right into it. Number 10. The invisible light beam. Grab your TV remote and your phone. Point your phone's camera at the end of your remote control. Now press any button while watching your phone screen. That weird purple or white flash is invisible light becoming visible. Your eyes can't see this light beam at all, but your phone camera can. It's called infrared light, and it's everywhere in your house right now. Your body is actually glowing with this same kind of light right now. Everything that's warm gives off infrared light, including you. That's how thermal cameras work. They're seeing all the infrared light coming off your body. So right now, you're glowing like a light bulb, but in a way your eyes can't detect. And your phone, that thing you use to take selfies and scroll through social media, can see stuff your eyes can't. It's like having superhuman vision in your pocket. That invisible beam from your remote is actually flashing in a specific pattern. It's like Morse code telling your TV what to do. Every time you change the channel, you're sending secret light messages through the air. You're basically a wizard casting spells with invisible light. Number 9. The sound of silence. Noise-canceling headphones can create silence from noise. It sounds impossible, like trying to make darkness by adding more light. But that's exactly what they do. They fight sound with sound, and somehow you get silence. It's like sending two boxers into a ring, and they both knock each other out at the exact same time. Sound travels through the air in waves. These waves are tiny changes in air pressure like invisible ripples. Noise-canceling headphones have tiny microphones that listen to the noise around you. When they hear a sound wave coming, they quickly create an opposite wave, like an evil twin. When these two waves meet, they cancel each other out completely. It's like having a hill and digging an exact upside-down version of that hill. When you put them together, you get flat ground. Here's where it gets weird. These headphones create this anti-sound in less than 1 millisecond. That's faster than you can blink, and they're doing it constantly, thousands of times per second, like having tiny sound assassins in your ears, taking out noise before it reaches your eardrums. It gets weirder. The silence you hear isn't actually silence at all. It's more like negative sound. Your brain interprets it as silence, but your ears are being hit with perfectly balanced sound waves that add up to zero, like having $0 in your bank account. Not because you have no money, but because you have exactly as many dollars as you have debt. This technology works best on constant, low sounds, like airplane engines or train noise, but it struggles with sudden, sharp sounds, like someone yelling or a door slamming. So if you're trying to block out your roommate's terrible singing, you might be out of luck, unless they're singing in a constant low hum like an airplane engine, in which case, you have bigger problems than just needing noise-canceling headphones. Number 8. The Pixel Portal. Look at your phone or computer screen right now. What you're seeing isn't real. Well, not in the way you think it is. That solid image you're looking at? It's actually millions of tiny lights turning on and off faster than your brain can process. Grab a magnifying glass and go super close to your screen. Those tiny dots are pixels, and they're playing a massive trick on your mind. Each pixel is actually made up of 3 even smaller lights: red, green, and blue. They're so small that about 100 of them would fit on a single grain of rice. If you have an OLED screen, those pixels are actually flickering, like all the time. It's called pulse width modulation. Imagine a light switch being flicked on and off hundreds of times per second. That's what's happening right in front of your eyes right now. Your brain just smooths it all out, like a really good Instagram filter. On some screens, like Samsung's, the pixels aren't even arranged in straight lines. They're in this weird triangle pattern. It looks like tiny Pac-Man ghosts. And on LG screens, they threw in an extra white light, because apparently, red, green, and blue weren't enough. So right now, you're staring into a portal made of millions of tiny, flickering lights, arranged in patterns that shouldn't make sense, showing you images that don't actually exist in any solid form. Your brain just says, yeah, this is fine, totally normal, just gonna keep scrolling through TikTok. Next time someone tells you reality is an illusion, just point to your phone screen, because that's literally what it is, an illusion we've all agreed to believe in. Number 7. The secret light filter. Grab your phone and a pair of polarized sunglasses. Look at your phone's screen through the sunglasses. Now slowly rotate your phone. Your screen just went completely black. What you're seeing is actually a secret light filter that's been hiding in your house this whole time. Normal light is like a hyper kid running around in all directions. When it hits your phone's screen, it gets organized. The screen forces all the light waves to wiggle in the same direction. Your polarized sunglasses are like a strict bouncer at a club. They only let light waves moving in certain directions pass through. When you rotate your phone, the light waves try to sneak into the club through different angles. At some angles, the bouncer says nope and blocks everything. That's when your screen goes black. If you take a clear plastic ruler or CD case and put it between your phone and the sunglasses, the screen becomes visible again. The plastic actually twists the light waves, giving them a new ID to get past the bouncer. And the best part is, you can mess with your friends by telling them you've discovered how to turn off phones with sunglasses. Just don't tell them the secret. Let them think you're a wizard. Number 6. The box that cooks with invisibility. That metal rectangle in your kitchen heats up your food without any flames, without any hot coils, without anything visible happening at all. The microwave oven is a box of invisibility that cooks your food using energy you can't even see. Inside every microwave is something called a magnetron. It shoots out waves that are too big for our eyes to see. These waves are actually pretty similar to the ones coming from your Wi-Fi router, just way more powerful. When these invisible waves hit the water molecules in your food, the water molecules start freaking out, spinning around billions of times per second. All these molecules spinning and bumping into each other create heat through pure chaos. It's like having millions of tiny mosh pits happening inside your burrito. These waves are perfectly tuned to make water molecules dance, but they basically ignore everything else. That's why your ceramic plate stays cold while your food gets hot. And that's also why putting metal in there is a bad idea. The waves bounce off metal instead of passing through it, creating all sorts of chaos. That weird mesh pattern on the door window has holes precisely sized to keep these cooking waves trapped inside. They're too big to squeeze through the holes, kind of like trying to push a basketball through a tennis racket. This piece of sci-fi technology is just sitting there in your kitchen, between the toaster and the coffee maker. Number 5. The cold fire. Your induction cooktop breaks physics. Water boils while the surface stays cold enough to touch. That's not science fiction. That's probably happening in your kitchen right now. Your induction cooktop is creating invisible fire using magnets. You're cooking with magnetic fields your eyes can't see. It's like having a ghost chef in your kitchen, making pans hot through pure magic. This isn't like a regular electric stove. A regular electric stove heats the surface, which then heats your pot. With induction, the surface stays cold enough to put your hand on it. It creates a magnetic field that only heats the pot itself. The pot gets heated from the inside out by invisible forces. Put an aluminum pot on your induction cooktop. Nothing happens. Put a steel pot on there. Instant heat. Your cooktop is playing favorites with metals. What's actually happening is your pot is fighting these magnetic fields. This fight creates eddy currents inside the metal. Tiny whirlpools of electricity swirling around inside your pot. These currents heat the metal so fast it can boil water faster than a regular stove. All this while, you could put an ice cube on the surface next to the pot, and it wouldn't melt. Put a piece of paper between your pot and the induction surface. The paper won't burn, but the water in your pot will still boil. It's like having a fire that only burns what you want it to burn. You're literally using invisible magnetic forces to bend reality in your kitchen. Number 4. Your personal satellite network. Your phone is breaking the rules of time itself to work properly. There are about 30 satellites zooming around Earth right now, each carrying an atomic clock that's accurate to within 1/billionth of a second. These clocks are so precise they can detect tiny shifts in the river of time. Einstein showed us that time doesn't flow the same everywhere. At those speeds, time literally slows down for them compared to us on Earth. Their clocks tick about 7 microseconds slower every day just from the speed alone. These satellites are also 12,500 miles up in space, where gravity is weaker. Weaker gravity actually makes time flow faster. This effect speeds up their clocks by about 45 microseconds per day. So in total, time moves about 38 microseconds faster each day for these satellites compared to us on Earth. If we didn't account for this time difference, your GPS would be off by miles within just one day. Your Uber driver would be picking up ghosts in empty fields. Amazon packages would be delivered to your neighbor's roof. Engineers have to pre-program these satellites to run their clocks a tiny bit slower to compensate. Every time you check Google Maps, you're using a device that has to account for the fact that time itself flows differently in space. Your phone is basically a time machine that helps you not get lost. Number 3. The box that moves heat backwards. That humming box in your kitchen is casually breaking the rules of reality. Heat is supposed to flow from hot things to cold things. Your coffee gets cold if you leave it out. Ice cream melts on a hot day. But your fridge does the exact opposite. It takes heat from its cold inside and dumps it into your warm kitchen. That's like having a waterfall that flows upwards. Your fridge is actually cheating. It's plugged into the wall, getting electricity. This runs a compressor, a pump for a special gas called refrigerant. The refrigerant is the real MVP. Inside your fridge, this gas gets sucked into the compressor. The compressor squeezes this gas so hard it heats up. This hot, compressed gas flows through those black coils at the back of your fridge. That's your fridge literally dumping heat into your kitchen. The gas goes through a tiny hole that lets it expand. When this gas expands, it gets super cold. This cold gas flows through coils inside your fridge, sucking up heat from your food. The whole process starts over again. Your fridge isn't breaking the rules, it's finding a clever loophole. It uses energy to play a cosmic game of hot potato with heat. So next time you grab a cold drink from your fridge, remember you're reaching into a box that's constantly fighting against one of the fundamental laws of the universe and winning. Number 2. The impossible bond. Your non-stick pan is breaking the laws of reality right there in your kitchen. Teflon is designed to not stick to anything. It's like that one person at parties who refuses to hug anyone, but somehow, it sticks perfectly fine to your pan. Teflon is made of something called PTFE. It's basically nature's ultimate reject button. Nothing sticks to it, not water, not oil, not even super strong glue. Scientists call it the most slippery material on Earth. The answer to how it sticks is both genius and a bit brutal. Before they put the Teflon on, manufacturers basically torture the pan's surface. They blast it with superfine sand until it's completely roughed up. Under a microscope, your smooth pan looks like the surface of the moon, full of craters and valleys. Then they apply the Teflon and heat it until it melts. The liquid Teflon seeps into all those tiny craters and valleys. When it cools down, it's locked in place like a jigsaw puzzle. It's not actually sticking to the pan. It's more like the pan is holding it hostage. Think of it like those Chinese finger traps. The more you try to pull it out, the tighter it gets stuck. This is why you should never scratch your non-stick pan. Once you break that mechanical grip, the Teflon remembers its true nature and starts peeling. And because Teflon rejects everything, there's no way to fix it once it starts peeling. Number 1. The liquid that's also a solid. Look at the glass of water on your desk right now. Stick your finger in it. Pretty normal. But there's something in your kitchen right now that completely breaks the rules of reality. Mix cornstarch and water together, and you've created a liquid that's also somehow a solid. Try to punch it and it turns rock solid. Like hitting concrete. Let it sit for a second and it flows like water through your fingers. Fill a pool with it and you could run across the surface. Stand still for too long and you'd sink like a rock. This isn't some lab experiment gone wrong. The secret behind this reality-breaking goop is something called shear thickening. When you hit it fast, all the tiny particles in the mixture jam together like a traffic jam of molecules. Give them time to move around and they flow past each other like cars on an empty highway. The military is actually studying this stuff to make better body armor. Imagine a bulletproof vest that's soft and flexible until the moment a bullet hits it, then instant shield. You can make this at home right now. Just mix 2 parts cornstarch with 1 part water, and you've got yourself a piece of broken reality in a bowl. Don't fill your pool with it just yet. Stop moving and you'll sink into what feels like quicksand made of concrete. That's not the kind of science experiment you want to explain to the paramedics. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.